Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another video. I'm out here taking a walk. I don't really get the chance to walk much now that I'm working, but something interesting has been happening over the last couple of days, and with I'll say my colleagues in the real estate sector. And what's interesting is that these colleagues of mine, when I go to work, I am basically like trying to pick up people's morale. I think y'all remember me talking about how they try to bully you, like the administrators. They try to bully you and put pressure on you and say things like, when are you going to produce? When are you going to close a deal? And also, from what I'm finding out from them, is that they compare you to others, and these people are working their butts off, trying to basically working themselves into a frenzy, stress. And I'm telling them, listen, don't stress yourself. I'm reminding them of qada wal qadar, the pre-decree, Allah's provisions that he wrote for them, that yes, you do work hard, but the hard work is not the grant, that Allah is the grant, and Allah sends it. And I'm giving them, reminders from the Quran. And these people, they're not like, they're just regular Muslims. They're not like ascribed to the Sunnah and like this. But of course they believe in the Quran and they believe in Muhammad, but they're not particularly, religious in the sense that I would say striving. I would say that they're not striving. They're raised Muslim. They have their basic beliefs, and mashallah, when I tell you the relief that they had on their faces, and they even thanked me just from talking to them and reminding them, and they were like, "You're right." And I said, "Subhanallah, imagine these people. You letting them put pressure on you and stress on you, and nothing changes. That doesn't make anything come about, right?" And that's why people who have the correct belief are so needed, just to mix in the normal everyday working world, and just interacting with the Muslims without judging, without snaring, or looking at them like, oh, these guys are just so messed up, or these women are so messed up. Just having a normal conversation with them, and not preaching to them, but just giving them reminders about what they already know. But they forget because people around them make them forget. And you have Muslims who call them to, they infect them with misconceptions and false beliefs about qadr. But when I tell you the relief that they had, subhanAllah, it was like my chest just opened up. I thank you for coming and saying these things to me. You know what I mean? Just because I could tell that they're stressed. I'm like, we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat as relates to this real estate field. And I know how these people talk. But the difference is I know how to respond. And I know how to check them and put them in their places. Because there's no way in the world I'm going to be working under stressful conditions, which brings about no benefit. And if you think that manipulation tactics is going to work and produce actions from your employees, that's insane. That's insane. And and the fact that you're a Muslim, they're a Muslim, so you should be able to correct them. You should be able to stand up for yourself on the correct belief, put it in perspective, and remind them. But yeah, we're needed. People who are trying to hold on to the Sunnah and they have the correct belief, that's if you have the correct belief, you're needed. Absolutely. The Muslims need advice, and even those people who are deluded, those employers who are deluded, who they're Muslim but they have misunderstandings, they need to be corrected. They need to be corrected. They need to be shown that there's someone who understands his job as well as where his rizq comes from, and he understands his abilities and his inabilities, and his capabilities and his incapabilities. You know what I mean? It just boils my blood. It boils my blood, and I'm like, there's no way I'm coming all the way overseas to stand down with Muslims. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. You need a lesson, sir or madam. You need a lesson. And I'll tell them straight up, y'all need to learn qada wa qadar. Y'all need to learn tawakkul. You need to learn his principles. You need to learn your belief. Because this ain't it. This ain't it. And I don't care who you are. I will fight you tooth and nail verbally. I don't care. No way in the world. You're not going to infect me with that nonsense. I told one young man, I said, he said, no matter what I do, it's like it's never enough, I said, you know what happens when they constantly compare you to other people or say what you're doing or make you feel like what you're doing is not enough? You know that you're working hard and they're telling you, look, you're not doing what this person is doing. They're making money. Why can't you produce? I said, if you accept this nonsense, then what's going to happen is they'll infect you, and then when you get in a position to actually make money, you'll become them. You'll do that to the next batch of employees that comes in that are trying to make it, and you won't encourage them, because it's like you graduated to the elite team. And I said, that's a disease. That's sick. That's sick that they do that. How in the world you going to compare me to someone who is making money, who's been here longer than me, or even if the person just started? Where does the belief come in that that's what's written for that individual? That's his qadr. That's his rizq. What does that have to do with me? What's for me is for me, and what's for him is for him. I said, you got to put your belief in perspective. That's what's going to save you, and that's what's going to give you ease of heart and mind. Other than that, you're going to be tormented, and they're going to turn you into them. There has to be some rejection going on. These people are behaving in this way because no one's standing up for the belief. No one is bringing religion in the realm of work. We're Muslim. It's our entire way of life. How can you not bring religion in it at all whatsoever, other than inshallah and khair inshallah or mashallah? That's it. Or we know that Allah is a razak, and that's it. But as it relates to all of the intricate details of the belief, even if they learned it, they throw it behind their backs. They throw it behind their backs. And it's not right. And it's causing stress. It's causing turmoil for people. See these people stressed out. I'm like downtown. I see the Muslims. They smoking. They look depressed. They're making money though, but they look depressed because someone's stressing them out, or they're stressing their own selves out, thinking and comparing themselves to other people and what they're doing and what they're getting. I said, you're going to have ill thoughts about Allah when a person constantly compares you to someone else who's getting and you're not getting, or you're not getting the equivalent. I said, it breeds ingratitude, it breeds entitlement, contempt for the Lord of the heavens and the earth. Or at the very least, you're going to beat yourself up all the time and say, I'm not good enough, I'm trash, I'm nothing. I said, how's that healthy? How's that okay? It's not. It's not. But you got to change your own beliefs as well. Because when you share those toxic, sick beliefs, then you're going to conform and you're going to believe it, because you're going to let them beat you down verbally and mentally and manipulate you because you believe the same thing. So fix your own beliefs, and then you'll be able, Allah will aid you and stand up for yourself. But listen, no way. There's no way. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're the president of the damn company. I will let you know. We can have a private conversation, and I will let you know. And I advise anybody who's going to get into a job, if you understand qadr, and you know it's a job like sales or something like that, commission, you should be interviewing the employer just like they interview you. You need to know what your limits are, what their values are, what they're going to expect of you, how they think. You should ask them questions like, okay, so if I'm underperforming according to you, what is your method of support? Or do you support your employees? Or what is your method to encourage your employees to do better? These are things that need to be asked before you step into any sales positions. I'm talking about if you're from Ahl Sunnah, even if you're not from Ahl Sunnah, but you understand qadr. You study qadr. You know that Allah is the one that's in control. Ask them. Don't be so pressed for money that you put yourself in a bad situation where people are harassing you and beating you down verbally. But yeah, it feels good to be able to help someone else, understand, bring them back to reality, because that's what it is. It's bringing them back to reality. And that's exactly what they say, like, you helped change my mind. You helped me. You helped me. You're absolutely right. There's nothing that you said was wrong. I'm like, yeah, it's from the religion. You gonna argue with that? Come on, man. It's just about putting it in application, implementing it. But don't let people do that. I'm tired. Listen, nope, not going for it. Not going for it. Anybody can get it. Not going for it. Not at all. Not at all. I'll walk out of a job quick, fast, in a hurry. No. If that's how we rolling, then goodbye. There's no way in the world. I'm not pressed for money to the point where I'm going to take abuse. And my belief on top of that, the same belief that you're supposed to have. Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? Are you Majnoon? If you are, then let me bring you back to reality. And if you're still crazy after that, then at minimum you'll leave me alone and go over there to somebody else, or we can part ways. See you, bye. But I just wanted to share that with you all and tell you that you are needed. You're needed. We can't hide away. People who are striving in a religion and you working in the world, bring your religion with you. You don't have to preach people's heads off. It's not a lesson. It's not a class. You don't have to give a class and tell them how gone and astray they are. You don't have to do that. Just be a normal person and share what you know. Stand upon it. Have steadfastness. Be an example. And that's it. That's it. It's as simple as that. And leave the Muslims to themselves. Okay, so I'll see you all in the next video, inshallah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget that Hijrah mandates sacrifice. Ma'asalama.